This is Valley News Live at 10.
Tonight, we're following a developing story. An investigation continues into the death of a woman on the railroad tracks in Memorial Park in Moorhead. Moorhead police say they were alerted around 11:45 this morning by railroad employees. When emergency crews arrived on the scene, they located the deceased woman. A train that stopped in the area blocked off downtown traffic for about an hour while authorities conducted their investigation. Police say nothing appears to be suspicious about the incident and that there was no danger to the public. A 40-year-old woman is recovering tonight following a crash in Erskine. Authorities say around 11 this morning they responded to 390th Street for a report of a side-by-side rollover. Emergency crews treated the woman on the scene before she was transported to a local hospital. The victim was later airlifted to a hospital in Grand Forks. Currently, there's no word on the severity of her injuries. Deputies say a 46-year-old man and a 3-year-old passenger involved in the accident were not harmed. The Minnesota Department of Public Safety is reporting the state is on track for the most fatal crashes since 2007. This year, there have been 384 fatalities, which is a 23% increase compared to the same time last year. Public safety officials say if this current pace continues, the state could reach 475 traffic-related deaths this year. This would be the most since 2007, which had 510 fatal crashes. State officials say speed is the largest contributing factor for these types of deaths, with 124 speed-related fatalities through October 14th. This is a 107% increase compared to 2019. 17 people, including children associated with a U.S.-based group called Christian Aid Ministries, were kidnapped in Haiti yesterday. The group was in Haiti visiting an orphanage when the kidnapping took place. Haitian authorities say the group behind the abductions is one of the most dangerous criminal gangs in the nation. The same criminal group was blamed for kidnapping 5 priests and 2 nuns earlier this year. The U.S. State Department acknowledged in a statement that they were aware of the reports but offered no other details. Kidnappings have surged in Haiti throughout 2021, with numbers rising nearly 300% since July. A Republican on the House committee investigating the January 6th insurrection at the U.S. Capitol is not ruling out issuing a subpoena for former President Donald Trump. Today, Illinois Representative Adam Kinzinger talked about how the committee is trying to get information. He said Trump could get a subpoena, but that it could be problematic.
You know, just speaking quite honestly, if we subpoena all of a sudden the former president, we know that's going to become kind of a circus. So that's not necessarily something we want to do up front. But if he has pieces of information we need, we certainly will.
The House has issued subpoenas to allies of the former president, including former administration official Kash Patel and former Chief of Staff Mark Meadows. The committee announced last week it was moving forward to hold Trump ally Steve Bannon in criminal contempt for refusing to comply with the subpoena. The Coast Guard and the National Transportation Safety Board have identified a party of interest in the Orange County, California oil spill. Investigators determined that on January 25th, a vessel operated by the Mediterranean Shipping Company dragged its anchor in close proximity to a subsea pipeline, which was discovered to be the source of the oil spill earlier this month. According to ship tracking data, the ship started to drift to the east on January 25th, crossing the pipeline multiple times that morning. Former President Bill Clinton was released from the hospital today after spending 6 days fighting a non-COVID related infection. He stopped to wave at the media and even gave a thumbs up when he was asked how he was feeling. The former president also stopped to shake hands with those responsible for his care during his stay at the medical facility. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer spoke at a press conference today to discuss steps the TSA can take to prepare for the upcoming Thanksgiving holiday travel season, as a good number of its workers are still remain unvaccinated. According to the Transportation Security Administration, at least 40% of its workers are unvaccinated against COVID-19. Workers have until November 22nd to be fully vaccinated, which is right before the busy Thanksgiving holiday travel period. Majority Leader Schumer says adding canines as a part of a contingency plan can help Thanksgiving travel go more smoothly if enough workers are not vaccinated in time.
We can't have the people worried about the holiday season travel. We have to assure them that it's going to be smooth. The dogs are important. We're also asking TSA to redouble their efforts on asking their membership to get vaccines. There is no reason on God's green earth why anyone, let alone a TSA agent, shouldn't have a vaccine.
Schumer says the canine teams that would be used are called VIPER, which stands for Visible Intermodal Prevention and Response Teams. It's homecoming week for the University of North Dakota in Grand Forks, and it's the first time since 2019 that they are returning to in-person events. Valley News Team's Aaron Walling spoke with alumni members who share what it means to get back to their normal celebrations.
Homecoming week is back for the Grand Forks area as students and alumni for the University of North Dakota celebrate all week long.
We are super excited to be ready for an in-person activity-filled week.
And it comes after last year's was virtual due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
It's been a really tough couple of years for us as a community. Being in college, you want to have an experience to meet people from 4 different age groups. And it's awesome to come back to campus and be able to actually get to know each other, have social interactions again, and support the community.
COVID-19 impacted many areas of life, including college students. And for some, the return to normalcy means a lot.
I'm so thankful because college has given me so much, and now I love to see that the students that are coming up from behind me get to experience the same things that I did and get to meet the same people and have all the experiences that I got to have.
On Sunday, the week-long celebration was kick-started by a 10K at the Wellness Center. And there are events peppered between the 17th through the 23rd, culminating with the football game with the Fighting Hawks in Western Illinois.
And then Saturday, of course, you've got to be on campus for the homecoming parade. We're so excited.
In Grand Forks, Aaron Walling, Valley News Live.
For a full schedule of events at UND, visit valleynewslive.com and just click on this story. UND and the Tribal College on the Fort Berthold Reservation are teaming up to preserve Mandan, Hidatsa, and Arikara languages and cultures. Students and faculty from the Tribal College in Newtown will interview elders of the 3 affiliated tribes to record and digitize them speaking their native language. Officials say it will preserve the critically endangered languages and other traditional knowledge. The schools will use a $500,000 grant to fund the initiative and will be part of the state's new K-12 Native American history curriculum. Later on Valley News Live, we take an inside look at this year's ValleyCon. But first, tomorrow's going to be a warm one, but those temperatures fall back into the 50s later this week. Summer's up next.